NBA Draft Prospects Scouting Report Series. Tristan da Silva is who we are discussing today. Tristan da Silva, a very productive, very well-rounded college basketball player, played a bunch of seasons at Colorado, and he is now kind of fringe lottery. There's a chance he could be taken very high in this draft. Da Silva is the 18th rated player on our big board. He is 20th on my personal big board. He is 21st on Brian Ralph's big board. So collectively, we seem to be pretty aligned on the caliber of this player. Just give me a quick breakdown of what you think of Tristan da Silva and his game.
You said well-rounded, and I think that sums it up perfectly. Like, he doesn't do anything exceptionally well, but there isn't necessarily a huge hole in his game. He's experienced. He's a really smart player, high basketball IQ, can score from all three levels, defend his position. He's got some defensive versatility as well. Decent playmaker. He's not going to give you like 20 a night or 30 a night in the NBA. Certainly he's not that, but he's also, I think, the guy I feel most confident in, like, not falling out of the league of somebody who's not going to be a lottery pick, because he's going to find a way. He's very competitive, gets the job done. Just like you said, a well-rounded player. So to me, he's somebody you look at who you're not swinging for the fences with. You're drafting a role player.
Yeah, he got better every year too. Like it's rare in this era you see a guy stay at a school for 4 years, stayed at Colorado for 4 years. He played 9 minutes a game as a freshman, barely played, barely did anything on the court, and then comes back, starts 31 games as a sophomore. Didn't even crack double-figure scoring, though. Still far away from what he became. Yeah. Made the huge jump his junior year where he was one of the best players in the Pac-12. And then as a senior, his numbers were pretty similar to his junior year numbers, but he upped his shooting percentages pretty much everywhere and added an extra assist per game, and turnovers went down as well. I think it's rare you see a player, one, stay in the same spot, but two, really add things to their game on a consistent basis the way da Silva did. The one big question I have to preface with, for him, and I did this in the Cody Williams video as well. Why wasn't Colorado better? I don't get it. It has to be a scary asterisk with these two potential lottery picks that Colorado really didn't do anything last season.
Well, number one is Tad Boyle, their head coach. I don't know if we've had a Colorado team live up to his potential really yet under him. I also don't think Cody Williams is that great. And Cody Williams was very hot and cold during his freshman season. He is more prospect than player at this point. I think that played a role as well.
You were very down on Cody compared to the few of us that were on the panel for the Cody Williams videos. Yes. That's why we have you on the da Silva video, Brian. Let's get to our categories. What is one word to describe Tristan da Silva?
Boring. But that's okay. Like, he gets the job done. He gets the job done. He's not super flashy. He's not somebody, again, who you're going to see a lot of highlight reels of or, insane YouTube mixtapes, but he gets the job done. He's a boring, solid, good player.
I said solid, which you just summarized it for me there. I don't think this is one fan bases are going to get excited about at the NBA level, though. Like, wherever he gets taken, I think there's going to be a lot of like yawning from that fan base, which could be okay, could not be. I guess we'll see. Is he more likely to hit his floor or his ceiling in a league?
His ceiling, because you mentioned the growth throughout his career at Colorado. That's a testament to his work ethic and his skill and just his overall basketball IQ. And I think those skills translate over to the NBA. You can question how high that ceiling is, and I think that's fair, but I feel more confident he is closer to maxing out who he is as a basketball player as opposed to leaving something on the table.
All right, so this is the second straight video we're on opposite sides. I said floor. Caveat here, I think he's very high floor. And when we do the player comparisons for da Silva, it will reflect that. Like, I think the worst case scenario for da Silva is like an NBA rotation guy. I just don't know that there's much difference between the best and the worst case for da Silva. Like, I don't see the growth he's already made at college leading up to him being a 22-year-old. I don't see additional steps here. I think he's a pretty polished product, and he's probably already at his NBA floor as a rotation player. What's the best team fit for Tristan da Silva?
Judging by where he's projected to be drafted, which is probably middle, late in the first round, I went 76ers because the Sixers need somebody who can do a little bit of everything. can score but doesn't need plays called for him. You have enough of that with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. Da Silva will defend as well. He can play the wing again. He's got some defensive versatility. So a team like the Sixers.
I like that. I thought about them, and then I landed on the Los Angeles Lakers because, as I said in the last video, I think they need guys who are ready to play around a superstar and contribute to playoff basketball now. Da Silva is already a vet in my mind. I know he's an NBA rookie, but he plays like a vet. He can be trusted. He's not going to make mistakes that kill you. And I don't think you're waiting on growth for him. I think he is a guy you could plug in between Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and both of them would feel better about their chances with him alongside them. Peak year in the NBA, whatever his best season is, what do Tristan da Silva's stats look like?
13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Just
Ooh.
solid across the board, right? Does your job probably off the bench or in a key bench role, but 13, 5, and 5.
Those are great numbers. If he's 13, 5, and 5, that's like, damn. Like that could be like most improved player in the league at some point if he does that quickly. All right, I'm low. Now I feel like I'm way too low. I think he'll always be a rotation player. I think he'll always contribute, but I don't think it's ever going to be anything special. I think it's like 7 points and 3 rebounds a game as a bit player off the bench. But shit, if you give an efficient 7 and 3, you can make multiple contracts in the league and help teams.
Yeah.
I think he'll always be a 5th option. I think he'll be a guy leaned on for defense and moving the ball. I don't think he'll be ever a guy that they play through in any significant way. In 5 years, where is he? Either all NBA, all-star, starter, bench, G League, overseas, or podcaster?
Bench. I think we have this pinned. I don't think his ceiling is much higher than a rotation player. It just comes down to, I think, his impact in a bench role. But that he's easy to peg as a quality bench guy for me.
Yep, 100% it's bench for me. I don't think he ever will be an NBA starter, but I think he will be a decade-long NBA rotational bench guy, and I don't think he'll ever be a bench warmer either. Like, I don't think there will be years, at least in the prime of his career, where Da Silva's not playing for whatever team he is on. NBA draft superlatives. Most likely to. Tristan da Silva, out of all players in this draft, is the most likely to what?
Make a surprise movie cameo.
Are we talking like the Adam Sandler, like Juancho Hernan Gomez?
No, not necessarily like that, but I think not to get too far in something else, but I think he has some model looks. Oh. I think he's got some pretty boy. He's got some like Oscar De La Hoya going on, I think. And so it wouldn't surprise me, especially if he ends up with a team like the Lakers or the Clippers. Like for me, it's easy to see him like talking to Vinny Chase for 30 seconds in Entourage.
I can't wait to put heart eyes over your face while you talk about Tristan da Silva. I feel like I just learned what your type is, Brian, and I'm very intrigued.
My type is boring, solid basketball players.
I believe Tristan da Silva is most likely to become a beloved teammate of a future NBA MVP that just gets dragged with him to whatever team he goes to. Like, think LeBron kept dragging J.R. Smith with him. Who else? He had like Richard
James Jones
with him.
Jones.
James Jones. That exactly. James Jones. Like, that's my guy, and wherever I go, Tristan comes. And NBA GMs are just like, we don't need this dude. And he's like, if you want me, you bring Tristan. I think. Okay, if you like this video, we have 74 more of these somehow. Go watch them on the Sleepers Media YouTube channel. The NBA draft is coming up, and I've got something awesome for you. We are partnering with the people at NBA 2K Lab. NBA 2K is the best video game on earth. The people at 2K Lab are making some awesome stuff to make that game even more fun, and they just launched their 2024 NBA Draft Simulator, where you can find the official Sleepers Media big board. We ranked our top 75 players in this draft class. Me, Carter, Brian Ralph, Riley Davis. We did it together, and it is featured on the 2K Lab NBA Draft Simulator. You can take control of any team in the draft, play GM with just one click, and see our entire rankings before these videos even come out. Check out the link in the description of this video to try out the draft sim for yourself, and you can find more mini games at nba2klab.com/NBA-mini-games.